Someone's actually visiting me. Can you believe it? Someone is visiting Richie, visiting the Apefather. But I still want to do a few live streams. I just don't want to do long live streams. I want to start doing like more like shorter durations, but like a lot of them, quantity. But I do always try to have quality as well. Um, so an interesting topic. I want to start talking about this more on my live streams. Is can the spirits of your loved ones that passed away can they actually contact you? I've been having some experiences that have been giving me hope that this might actually be real. This may not be something I'm imagining in my mind. This might actually be real. So, like I said the other day, my son was upset. I made a video on this, and he was like, Mom, Mother's Day is coming up, and the kids at school, everybody's got a mom. I feel like I'm like the only kid that doesn't have a mom, right? So I said, Michael, don't say that. I said, your mother loves you. She'll always be here with you. She's always here with us. So then we were looking at this area in the house. I set up like a tribute for my wife and for my mom. And I said to my wife, I said, Jennifer, tell Michael right now there's a chandelier that's up, that's right by the tribute area. I said, tell Michael that you will always be here, especially for Mother's Day, right? So the chandelier, the light bulb started to get like brighter. And all of a sudden it did like a flash, like a flicker. Michael said, now Michael's a skeptic. Michael said, wow, did you just see that? He goes, that was blatant. Because that was blatantly right here in my face. And then after that, I asked Jen when the kids were in the car. I was, taking them to Taco Bell with their friend. I asked Jen, I said, Jennifer, I need to know, do you still love me? Do you love me? So I had Michael's cell phone on me, right? He's part of some kind of a Discord. All of a sudden, I get a notification. I feel like a buzz, like a beep in the phone. I look and it says, someone text the word yes, only a single yes. That was like, whoa. Like this is us like 5 seconds, even less, 3 seconds after I said, Jennifer, do you love me? Do you still love me? Then I said, but Jen, I want to hear directly from you. Do you still love me? And then the lights, it got bright and then it flickered. So there it is, right? So I started getting hope here. I was like, something, my ears are ringing too, like that I'm up here. I feel something. Um, I don't know. I don't know if I'm imagining this stuff. I don't know. My daughter was telling me that there's a YouTuber. He gets all this like spiritual equipment. Maybe I should do that eventually, right? Really, really test this to the full extent. Um, I don't know. You know, it is. I love my wife and my mom so much that if there was any chance that we could still communicate, that in itself is a form of hope, and it actually calms me down. Like I get really depressed. Listen, I get really down. I'm not gonna lie to anybody here. I get down. I get depressed. I get really, really down. The fact that I lost my wife and my mom is I try to explain it to people. Excuse me. Very bad sinuses today. You know, this is devastating what happened to me and my family. This is devastating. You got to think about Teddy Roosevelt, President Theodore Roosevelt. Similar thing happened to him. He lost his wife, he lost his mom. His wife, before she passed away, she had a beautiful baby, Alice. He like lost his mind, Teddy Roosevelt. Teddy Roosevelt took the baby, gave it to his sister, ran off to Dakota, became a rancher, literally told everybody, left politics. He says, don't call me, don't talk to me. Well, actually, during those days, he probably did say, don't call me, but he just said, don't talk to me. They didn't have cell phones back then, right? Just making a joke. But, they even have phones back then, I don't believe. I'll have to look that up. But anyway, um, getting back to what I was saying. Teddy Roosevelt flipped out. He flipped. Rightfully so, right? You lose your wife and your mom like right away. It's enough to make you nuts. It really is. So you might say, well, how are you doing it? How am I doing it? How am I doing it? Well, I have two kids that love me and need me. Michael, who's 14, Sophia, who's 11, and I got to be there for them. But you see, it's like this weird feeling that I'm going through, and I don't think you can't experience this. I don't wish this on nobody. This is something I would never wish on anybody. I wouldn't wish this on my worst enemy. But the only way I think you could understand what I'm saying is if you actually experienced it. If you haven't experienced it, I don't think it's so hard to describe in words what I'm feeling. So how can I say this? I love my children. I love Michael. I love Sophia with all my heart and soul. I love them, but I'm in misery because I lost my soulmate. I lost Jennifer, the mother of our children, my soulmate, my partner, my lover, my best friend. So because of that, I'm in misery. I'm suffering. I'm in pain. You follow me? And if that's not hard enough, 2 weeks later, I lose my mom, my beautiful mother. You only get one mom. It's like, oh, that's devastating. That's catastrophic. It's catastrophic. It's very, very hard. Now, the thing is, that this is the thing. How do you handle something like this? Hard question. How do you handle something like this? Everybody's going to tell you to go to therapy. Everybody's going to tell you the same things, but I'm not saying that's a bad idea. Okay. So once again, I want to tell everybody this is a very serious live stream. This is something I'm talking about. You know, my beautiful wife Jennifer passed away. My mother Josephine passed away in 2 weeks. This is very serious to my heart. I'm really not in the mood to joke with people. I'm not in the mood for heat. Definitely not in the mood for heat. So I just want to let you know that. Every time I lie down, I notice I get so tired. It's like maybe because I'm not sleeping right. But anyway, so how do you handle a situation like this? How do you handle it? How do you handle a situation like this? I try to be positive sometimes, and it does work I notice it does work for a temporary period of time. Okay, so I'm just going to tell you my experience. What does positive mean? Positive means that you're taking the negative thoughts out of your head and you're replacing them with positive thinking. Mhm. Positive thinking. So, what is positive thinking? My wife loved me. My wife loved her children. This was not what she wanted. This is not what any of us wanted. This is no one's fault. In other words, so what is the thinking process of that? The thinking process is that we all love each other. You know, I love my wife with all my heart and soul. She loves me with all her heart and soul. And that's something that doesn't change. Like it shouldn't change whether, we're on earth or whether you're in the afterlife, you're in heaven. No matter what, it's like you should still love your family, I believe. I believe you take the love with you. So the love part of it doesn't end. It may end in the sense that if someone's not here and you can't actually physically hear them say I love you or feel their touch. So that's where maybe it ends. But the spiritual world, the spirit still, I believe, can feel and express love. But it's just in a different way. It's a different way to what we're used to. So anyway, that's the first way you handle it. Guys, you gotta like read the subject of the live stream. You gotta read the subject. Excuse me. Falling asleep here a little bit. Yeah, people just jump on the live stream. They never read the subject. Never. Then they come on the live stream like, what are we talking about? Oh man. Yep. Every time I lie down, I get tired. So I'm not sleeping right. All right. So anyway, how do you handle a situation like this? And again, what is the situation? My beautiful wife Jennifer and my mother passed away within 2 weeks. God bless them both. My two rocks, my two angels. Um, Another way I'm handling it. Now, this might be a little unorthodox. This might not be your standard way of handling it. This is out of like a movie here. It's out of a movie. But to try to connect with the spirit. So you might be like, how does that work? It's very simple. Downstairs, as I said to everybody, I set up a tribute for my wife. I set up a tribute for my mother. There's a chandelier, and from time to time, when we talk to the pictures, like I'll be talking to Jennifer, and I'll tell her how much I love her. I'm like, do you love me too, honey? And you'll see a bright light and a short, like it's like these little flickering of the lights. So it starts off, it gets very bright, and then the lights flicker. So you might say, is that Jennifer communicating? Maybe it could be an electrical thing. I don't know. Crazy. 11:30, and I see my face. So obviously you're a hater. It was nice that my friend was coming today to visit me, keep me company. You see, I told you I was a well loved guy. I am a well loved guy. Maybe not by you, but by John. A lot of people love my kids, love me. My wife loves me. My mom loves me. My dogs love me. So not going to be the longest live stream, but we'll hang out a little longer. Man, every time I lie down, I get so tired. I tell you, I get exhausted. So how do you handle a situation like this? Um, Keep the kids busy. If you have kids, keep them going to school. They got all these after school activities. Michael's doing volleyball. Sophia just finished a play. She was practicing for her play every day. She did amazing. So that's another thing is keep everybody busy, including yourself. I never blocked you. fall asleep here a little bit. So once again, I keep getting asked the same questions. How do you handle a situation like I'm in? And it's a very, very tough question to answer. You know, you lose your beautiful wife and your beautiful mom in 2 weeks. That is challenging. I'm sorry, Jackie. Yeah, I'm like falling asleep here. This is not good. Um, I don't know. Maybe I'll rest a little bit, like for like not long. I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll just get a little like 10 minutes, 15 minutes in here. All right, I'll be right back, Jackie. God bless.